Okay. Hi. It's a long time coming for a video, I guess. I kind of want to take this channel, I guess, in a slightly different direction. I think I kind of want to upload more videos talking about dreams and experiences that I've had in general. That is pretty vague. So I guess where I want to start today is introducing or sort of, I guess, breaking the ice into some of these topics of discussion that maybe I'll be able to get some people down the road who will have conversations with me on camera about some of these topics. But I feel like I've been wanting to make a video about this one experience I've had in particular that I just feel like, would be a good icebreaker into talking about other things. So without further ado, I'd like to backtrack. Today is, I think, May 31st, 2022. Backtrack to 2017, and it must have been around, it would have been in probably mid to late April. It was still cool in the mornings, and I remember I woke up one day. I was living out on the West Coast and in a very small town, like a couple thousand residents in this town, and mostly it's just right on the Pacific West Coast. And I woke up one morning and I wasn't feeling so great. I was kind of feeling a little under the weather, and so I decided to make myself a thermos of tea and go sit down on the beach and just watch the surfers and whatever. It was a nice morning. Again, it was a little cool, but a couple little clouds in the air. It was pretty sunny otherwise, and get down to the beach, and one of the only people down there was one other person walking a dog, and they walked past me. I had been sitting down for a while. They walked past me when they were far down the beach. I barely could see them anymore, and I'm looking out at the water in front of me, and I'm sitting there cozy with my tea on the beach and just looking straight out on the horizon. There's maybe three surfers out there in the water, and I just remember taking this deep breath and just looking up into the sky, and just right where my eyes landed in the sky, I saw 3 points of light appear. And I remember immediately thinking, whoa, where did that come from? And thinking maybe I should grab my phone. And then this all happened so quickly in my mind, really quickly in my mind, thinking I should grab my phone, and then thinking, no, don't grab your phone. You need to just witness whatever this is. Just don't even take your eyes off of whatever is about to happen. So I see these 3 points of light appear, and they were very close together. From my perspective, they looked like a satellite point, when you see a satellite in the night sky, like a star point, but brighter and not blinking. This wasn't blinking at all. It looked like they were in a triangle formation, 2 points of white light and 1 green light. And it's so weird. There's very little commercial airliners in that area. You see it coming, not just appear in the middle of a blue sky, so I see these lights appear. it moves from like my perspective, like about an inch in the sky. And it was so strange how it moved. It just appeared and then it moved so steady and it didn't seem like it accelerated. It just moved. And then it moved that short space, and then it shot out. From my perspective, it appeared to shoot out into space, and it left behind this little trail, this little light beam. Like literally looked to me like I can't get the image of like Star Trek or Star Wars out of my mind when the ships just sort of shoot into hyperspeed or hyperspace or whatever, light speed or whatever it is. You know, something like that classic little like blue, like it was like two little streams of like bluish white light behind the lights. It was gone. The whole, whatever I saw, that whole thing happened within 10 seconds. I'm probably being generous there. It was probably less time than that. Like from the point that I literally exhaled and looked up into the sky, the lights appeared, it moved, and then it was gone. It was like it was a little bit of a delay is when it appeared. The lights were just there, and then it didn't move at all, and then it moved that couple inches, and then there was like a second of a pause, and then it was like maybe like 5-6 seconds in total. So like, I mean, sometimes those things feel like they're longer, right? Like it was so strange because like I saw that happen, and then I was kind of like, was like, whoa, okay, like I just saw something for sure. Like kind of like looked around and, you know, looked out in the water and didn't look like anybody else was like, you know, had seen anything unusual. Again, like I think it was really like I don't even know what the chances are that I had seen what I saw. Like, you know, to me, I can't help but wonder, like, was I meant to see that? Because of everywhere I could have been looking at that moment, you know, my eyes just happened to land on the spot in the sky where this thing appeared. Like, what a coincidence, right? Like, I don't know. Anyway, so I sat on this for about a week before I told anybody. I think I told my mom. Was the first person that I told that I had seen this, and I remember kind of bringing it up somewhat casually, and then bringing it up again and being like a couple days later and saying like, yeah, no, like I think I saw something, like. And I just remember, like, at the time, I can't believe this is as long ago as it was now. Time flies. But you know, I really felt for some reason like I shouldn't tell anybody right away. Not to avoid criticism or ridicule or anything like that, but more to give myself time with it before putting it out there. And that being said too, I've thought about, you know, filming this story and putting it out there like a few times, and a couple times I've just, you know, that I kind of like just thrown away the video because I kind of just thought like, you know, what's the point in telling anybody about this? Like, other than, you know, sometimes it comes up in conversation, it's interesting, and I just say, hey, I saw a thing, maybe, you know, whatever, think of it what you want, you know, like I don't care. Like my question is that, like, when people have said like, oh, well, it could be government, you don't know that it's a UFO or aliens or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not trying to make it aliens, to be quite honest with you. But the fact of the matter is, I think that if that was government technology, I think that if that was government technology, and if what I could assume of what I saw was that was some kind of a craft that was going in and out of like interstellar space, like let's just put that theory on it. If that's what it was and that was the government, I think that the general population, I think we'd be a lot more fucked than we are right now, to be honest. Like I think that they're using every bit of way that they can to control us already. I think that if they had something like that up their sleeves, they'd already be using it and we would know about it. Or like maybe we wouldn't know about the technology, but I think that the general population would be in much bigger trouble. So that gives me some hope anyways, when it comes to that part of the discussion. I think what resonates the most with me is that I think that it is extraterrestrial. What is extraterrestrial to me? I think that means that it's of Earth, but more, like it's like Earth plus, if we think of terrestrial, that means Earth, right? Belonging to Earth, essentially. Extra just means extra, doesn't mean other than, this could be breakaway civilization technology. This could be inner Earth fucking technology. I don't know. I don't know what I believe. I just believe that there's more going on in this reality than, the general mundane experiences that we chalk it up to be. I think that there's a lot going on right now, and that was in 2017 and it's 2022 now, and in the last couple of years there's been not debunking, but confirmation from the Pentagon and all yada yada yada, different leaders and stuff saying that there's extraterrestrial, whatever that means, right, involvement, or they have confirmed UFOs, whatever that means. Again, like, yeah, so there's a lot more to be said about questions I have about reality and the government and what's really going on, and there's a lot to be said about what it means to see a UFO. I'm sure anybody else who's seen a UFO that really knows in their heart that they saw something that is not people controlled, not people human controlled, if, like, I'm leaning into belief that there's a possibility that some of these other beings or extraterrestrials are breakaway human civilizations. What does that mean? Was it like they were before, they are from after? Are they time travelers? Are they dimension travelers? Are they, are they from a parallel universe? I don't know. Seeing whatever I saw, though, sparked, within me a questioning, and it sparked within me, an opportunity to review some of the other experiences that I've had in my life, and with a lens of a more, perhaps like a more open mind, a new perspective that there could be something, more to our dreams, more to our psychedelic experiences, more to the things that we sense and feel without seeing, and what we know, and the questions that we can't let go of, about the nature of our reality and our existence and our time here. Like, what does it all mean? I think, anybody who's seen a UFO in their heart, these questions come up. I think becomes harder to ignore. I think, even if you're someone who's skeptical before, there's nothing like seeing it with your own eyes, like seeing it with your clear, sober eyes. Like, so yeah, I wanted to just open this conversation up a little bit. And obviously, if anybody is an UFO experience or anything they want to share, like, feel free to. Probably going to be like using this topic to sort of springboard into other ones. I wouldn't say I'm interested in conspiracies. I'm interested in questioning what we take for granted in our lived experiences, and I think that these are experiences, like, seeing a UFO, that whether or not you believe in aliens, like, it gives you a lot of food for thought. What is the real technology that's being hidden from us? Is what is really going on this planet? Who is really interacting with us? What is our potential here and out there? If someone is interested in us, what are they interested in? What are their motivations? There's lots to think about. You don't have to get hung up on anything and become obsessed with it, but I think they're important things to question. Anyways, I hope everyone is doing all right out there. I've been thinking about making this video for a long time, and hopefully it finds you well. Yeah, until the next time.